So let's just start. Let's start by playing WholEarth game. Remember that we're in a game. It's the infinite game, and we have the solution to what's going on here now. And let's remind ourselves that we're all in this together. That there's plenty for everyone. We're not in a scarcity mentality anymore. We're moving away from scarcity into an idea of plenty. We're going to talk about how we're going to move and transition from this idea of a nationalistic society to a global society. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, stay with us. And remember to like and subscribe so that you can get the latest, because we are going to be on the cutting edge of the next spaceship. Well, let's call it what it is. It's called Enterprise One WholEarth. All right. So let's not forget that we are just that dust speck that is just going around, and in a never-ending cycle. So welcome to Spaceship One WholEarth. This is a place of plenty. So now we want to take a look at the map of our spaceship. Let's take a look at the design and the resources that we have to work with here. Can I put up the map of Dymaxion map? Let's start here.
Yep, it's on the screen.
Okay, so what am I not seeing? How can I cannot see that? Okay, so do that. No, it's not on my screen. It's not on my screen though.
Okay, I don't know. You still don't see it?
No. Can we put it in the background?
Yeah, I'll do that. But you can start talking about it though, because the audience can see it.
Okay, well,
I'll put it in the background too. But yeah, just start.
Okay, well, what we're talking about is, the fact that there is plenty. When we see the Dymaxion map, we can see that there is plenty going on here. I'm not quite sure. Why can't I see what's going on the main screen? It's because, I don't know. I don't have my computer.
Now, can you see it? Can you see it in the background now?
Very good. And then we can put ourselves to the side of that. How's that? Can we put ourselves in small to the left or the right of that? There we go. Great. So now we're talking. Thank you. So what we want to do is look at this thing as if, we were brand new to the program, because we want to always use a childlike mind. We want to see things differently. We cannot solve the problem with the same mind that started the problem. So we need to start with a whole brand new mind. And now we know the gig is up. So when we switch around and we move through this inevitable pole shifting and inevitable solar blast, inevitably, these are coming. These are natural events. They're not stoppable. And the sooner we get busy, the sooner we can protect our little planet from the massive destruction, because there's going to be some massive destruction. Now, the way we can solve and get through this thing is by going underground and being able to use the technology that we have to provide what we need. What are those 5 things we need again, Renee?
We need, well, let's look at the, if we can put the book on here, that will help us to, okay, let me put the book on. Because, of course, it's going to be housing, water, food. Let's see. And energy. Did I say them all yet?
Mm-mm. One more.
What's the last one? Let's look at this. That'll give us some, so we have water, food, energy, housing. What is the last one?
Got the hammer and the nail. It's a
The
hammer and nail.
Yeah, hammer and the nail.
That's right. Well, that puts us into a mental universe. Remember that?
Yeah, everything is a mental universe.
Well, so the fact that you can imagine being either a hammer or a nail puts you in that place.
All right. Okay.
Now you're an imaginary universe. So now, welcome to the
Mhm.
universe. It's an imaginary mental universe. So,
Right.
and if you fail that test again, I might have to reduce your salary.
It's a mental universe, and it's the hammer and the nail.
Well, sometimes you got to be the hammer, and sometimes you can be the nail, right? It's like sometimes when
Right.
you're sleeping, you just need to be a good nail.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then when you're not sleeping, you can be a good hammer. You can get stuff done. And now, as long as you're building towards building up, you want to be build up. Always build up. So no negative talk or language. We're going to use impeccable, kind speech.
Yes.
Build up. We're always going to build up. We're going to look forward. We can never go back. Look at the thing we just saw, the graphic that we just saw showed us clearly that we're moving forward. And the fact is, we're moving forward at only 60,000 miles an hour.
Right.
We're spinning at another rate of speed. I don't know what it is offhand, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Yes.
Okay, so we're spinning around our sun, and the sun and the whole solar system is moving through at a snail's pace, really. But for us, I mean, in terms of human speed, it seems like incredibly fast, 60,000 miles an hour. What is it, Daniel? Do you know what the number is that we're going around the world? If you do, put it in the chat box. It would be really helpful for this conversation. So we're speeding through on a little teeny. Where's the wood coming in? Well, that's in your mind. You got to build it in your mind before you can build it on your paper, before you can build it in reality, right? It all comes together in the mind. It comes from the top down. That's what Thoth is talking about. He's talking about coming from the top down. The mind is the top of the pyramid. Get it? Boom. And then it comes from there. First, you have it in the mind, and then you show other people in a drawing, and then together you agree what you're looking at, and then you can actually organize it onto reality. And so those are the steps by which we all create, and we're reviewing, thank you, 24,000 miles per hour. We're going around the sun, 60,000 miles an hour towards somewhere around the galaxy. How I just learned today, and I think it's from this particular video that we started watching. We're going to go ahead and leave the link. Can we add the link to this video in the comment section?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Because we want to give, I want to give. This is great. Now, some people think that this is not the actual blah blah blah. It's damn close. You cannot get. I mean, this is an average of what's going on every single second. Time is only moving forward. We can only go forward. We can only go the way. The way is the way. There's no other way. Forward is the way. So take a breath in and out. I can't take the last breath. I can only get rid of this one. I can have this one for a minute. Not even. I can take it for a few seconds and breathe it out and tell you, breathe it in. I've gotten so good, I can almost breathe in and out without stopping, and that's a call like the way we're talking. Isn't that fantastic? Just amazing. So we're on to something here, and it's called the WholEarth game, and it's called Spaceship Earth, and we're in it, and you're on it whether you like it or not. Now we're going to move this idea moving forward. We're going to get this back to remembering. This is what I'm going to show you. And tell me what you think in the comments section when I show you this picture. This is amazing. I'm going to do this. Look at this. Do you know who this is? Can you tell me who these two people are? If you can, make your note, put your timestamp into the comment section and tell me who these people are and why. If you want to go into why they're important, you should just probably text me a message or find a way and send more information. I don't know how we do this on YouTube, how we can get deeper into it, but here's the thing, when I'm not quite sure if there was ever a disconnection with ancient Egyptian culture. We don't know if they ever had any disconnection. There may have been this thing about, when you go to a place to visit and you show up with the right attitude and you just say, "Oh my God, I just found this planet and it's got everything we need, but there's only one problem." Every 13,000 years, it goes into a mini nova and it has a pole shift. And how do we know that? Because we've been watching this planet for the last several hundreds thousands of years while we were journeying here with our spaceship in some way. Maybe we were taking our time. We had to figure out a way to get the Stargate here. The Stargates that they found in Iraq and so forth. That's a real thing. These are real fucking things, okay? The stuff that you've been shown in Hollywood is just close to almost real. So there's something about it, okay? Maybe, beaming down onto a planet, if that same technology could then beam a rock, a piece of stone from point A to point B in such a manner that it could materialize back in the shape of a pyramid. Now, if you study Thoth, that he says, I built the pyramid. I built the pyramid from the top down. He built the pyramid from the top down. The top of the pyramid was a holographic crystal model of the entire pyramid underneath it. And with that, they were able to build the entire pyramid underneath that crystal capstone, which has been missing and gone along with the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, the Ark was there as the battery source. When that Ark was actually in the king's chamber, resonating in that environment with that shape, it was creating so much energy. I'm thinking now that the reason that black chemistry, the first chemists were black Africans from Egypt, from the Gaza. Now, these are black Africans that could actually take the radiation that was coming off of that particular device. Okay, that's why they turn color. That's why the melatonin in their bodies is such that the blacker you are as an African, the higher level you are brought in front of, knowing the thing. I'm guessing the darker you are or the closer you were to the original black people that inhabited Kem. Kem is the word for black. Kemet means land of black people. Okay? So interesting. Now they're dealing with a heavy, super radiated form in the terms of the Ark of the Covenant, which was a special radiation. I believe that these black people were immune to that. And they were able to deal handily with that. Now that's just my opinion. It came to me just finding out recently of this new theory of chem. And so the chemistry is chemistry created by black people. It means artistry of black people. Like, so first, before jazz, there was chemistry. How about that? Yes, Jesus. I mean, Jesus has, black man, dark skin, very dark skin. Afro features maybe, but the fine Afro features of Nefertiti, let's say, is super, super high, just beautifully, organized, cheekbones and so forth, with the elongated skull. Don't forget the elongated skull has to come with that, because the brain, and using that ability to use the brain in such a way allowed us to have much bigger brains. Now, this is all just kind of coming through and channeling through me. So I'm not quite, just for what I know and what I know to be true, this is happening. So let's start and go back to the opening, and we'll go back and remember this is the unfolding of the Dymaxion map. So take a look at the opening and take some notes. I'm going to take a break. Be right back. Don't go anywhere.
One of the very, very few people getting this message. We want to prove to the whole world that the impossible dream can happen.
In the meantime, put the hat back. There we go. All right, so where are we at now? So we're talking about one whole thing, and then it's funny for everybody, and we just remember that. Like, you don't have to go hungry, and there's a place to sleep for you. You know, and now we have to get back in the part of making clean water available for everybody. We got to focus on this idea of clean water. Okay, because water is going to be the new thing. With water, the elements of water, we know how to store energy. We know how to store all kinds of things with water. Steam. No, I mean, it just keeps going. Water is just a beautiful thing. Now, the byproduct of clean water, how about that? Is growing things. We live on a planet where the byproduct of clean water is growing things. Hold on. Let me just for one. All right, back at it. So here, it's what's happening, man. So tell me, Renee, what's going on this week? Oh my goodness. Oh, here.
Lots and lots went on this week. Okay. So, I mean, obviously the Russian bombing continues. Zelensky and Trump had a 15-minute meeting in the Basilica during the funeral for the Pope. And
you want to send those, you want to take that picture I sent you. I sent you some stuff with Zelensky begging Trump.
Yeah. Let me go get
about?
that.
Let's see if we can't pretend to know what they're talking about. Let's go ahead. Can you put that up?
Yeah, I'm going to get it. Keep talking and it'll be up in about 30 seconds.
All right. So what, oh my goodness. This would have been such a great Quentin Tarantino movie, moment, is what I was thinking. Inglourious Bastards, right? Can you imagine if somebody blew up the Vatican with all those people in it? You notice Vladimir Putin wasn't anywhere near that place. Oh my God, he could have had the whole thing. Imagine if Putin was the only guy alive after the bombing of the Vatican. Anyway, just occurred to me, but glad it didn't happen. Am I? So, well, now let's talk about, so we had that. And now what's happened otherwise is while this was all going on, Jeffrey Sachs was talking with the EU. Oh, here. What do you think? Okay, so look, Donald, stop fucking with me. I know it's the first thing I'm thinking, and then what do I need to do to get you guys to come back around? Right? What do you think he's saying, Renee?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much who President Zelensky is. He goes toe to toe, he doesn't shrink back, and he stands up for his people. And so he's saying, look, you can see that Putin is not wanting for peace. Putin is continuing to bomb us. You can see with your own eyes what's going on.
Let's go ahead and put the picture up and leave us out of it.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. So I don't know, toe to toe. You really? Okay, so you gave him all that? This is interesting how we see things differently. You and I are so, I mean, we've been having such a great relationship and we really are working together in such a way, but it's so funny how we see things so completely differently. Isn't that
Well,
funny?
no, that's what I was saying. I said you said that the first thing that Zelensky probably said is, "Hey, you know, are you fucking with me, man? Like, come on." And
Or is he saying like, please, Donald, what the fuck can I do? Can I
no,
please, can I bend
no,
a
no,
knee? Please, man, please, please, please. Okay.
no, no. I
You
don't
know,
think
here's
so.
another thing he's saying. Are you sure that you want to leave democracy for Putin? Can you
Yeah,
believe the
that's
fucking
right.
A? Are you kidding me?
That's
We
right.
followed you through democracy and now you're going to leave that high and dry. Are you sure? I mean, are you completely out of your fucking mind?
I
Do you
think
want
that's
to
what
build
he.
a hotel in the Black Sea? I'll give you the fucking Black Sea, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's call it the Sea of Trump. You want a new sea?
Trump C.
Give me fucking some help here. I'm trying to stand up against a fucking dictator. Do not be this guy.
That's what
Do
he's
not
saying.
be this guy is what he's saying. Why would you want to be this guy?
Yep, that's right. See, I
I mean, what
agree.
do I got to do
That's
to
what I think
fucking
he's
what?
saying.
And he says this, and this is what he says too. Okay, you got to remember one thing. There is only one place feared more than Russia in terms of mafia. And what is that one?
What is it?
Ukraine.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Now explain why. Explain.
He says, look, you want to fuck with me, motherfucker?
Mhm.
I will come after you in your dreams.
You don't wanna
Zelensky's going to be like, fuck,
yeah.
dude, you got to straighten your shit out, man.
You
you're
gotta
not,
figure
you're,
this out.
you're on the wrong side of the law, dude. You're on the wrong side of
Yeah.
history. Don't do this shit. Okay. Now, with all that being
Yes.
said, I mean, I wish we
Mhm.
had another shot of like who the fuck was sitting next to each other because the same shit going down that you had during this ridiculous inauguration. You know, I know that you're trying to search it out. You're so great. Okay, isn't Renee great? Everybody, if you
Thank
like,
you.
and share, make sure that you mention Renee because she's doing all the work. Okay, without
Oh,
this, we
no, no,
can't.
no,
We
no.
get,
Thank
now,
you.
you know, also we're talking about other things like in the company here, we're ready to blow up too. So if you want to
Yes.
say, get focused on WholEarthIndustries.com. We're going to be
Right.
opening up a huge mall based on the idea of cost plus 20%. It's so simple. Come and sell whatever you have at the Whole Earth Industries Mall, and you get everything you want. And we're going to ask that you give us gratuity. So it's a mall based on gratuity. You know that gratitude is the key to open everything. So lead with gratuity, start with gratuity, and build a company from there. That's what we're going to be doing at the Whole Earth Industries. I can't wait. So make sure you like and subscribe. Now, back to the present day. So what's going on? So do we have pictures of this funeral?
Yeah, so we wanna see the I'm loading it up right this second, but what's going on is you can see that Trump, what did you make of Trump's suit? He was wearing a blue suit.
I don't even know. Like this guy is such a piece of shit. I cannot look at him. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
cannot even take time to spend time with this guy. I'm really so angry, as you know, we all are. You
Yes.
know, I'm going to express that. I mean, can we put, you know, anyway,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
just need
coming,
to
it's coming,
express
it's just
this. Right. It's coming
yeah.
in. Okay. I'm totally being one of these ridiculous Karen type dudes. And I'm like being pushy.
No, you're not being a Karen, you're not. It's just a technical thing where it only takes certain, it's just keep
I
talking.
got, you know, because I got more stuff like, where's that picture of this? And where's a picture of that? Like, can't you just work as fast as I can think? Like, what's wrong with you that you're
I
not like in
can
my fucking head
Yeah,
doing what
I
I asked you?
can. Yeah, no, I can, but what happens is that I need to be able to find a photo that's in the right format that the studio accepts. And right now,
Exactly. I know. And then there's always a trick or two you got to do because it's never just a
y-
1-2 thing. It's like a
it's never
one,
just a
two,
1-2
three,
thing.
four,
So,
5, 6, 7 thing. Until we
yeah.
have everything, you know, now we're going to have everything organized because as we start making more money with the Whole Earth
Mhm.
Industries, we're going to move, you know, continue with our news feed because the news feed is this. And you can start like, make sure you put a
Right.
mark here.
All right. But wait,
Okay,
I
there
have a
was
photo
plenty.
though. Yeah. You want to see the photo first? Do you see that?
No. Okay, well, I was going to do a little segue.
Okay. All right. All right. You don't want the photo. All right. I'm going to take it
Now
off.
I want the photo. No, stop.
Okay.
Now
Here
you're
it is.
double, triple thinking me.
All right. Here it is.
Oh my God, look at this picture. It's just crazy, man. Like people like Macron, and he's like so pissed. Okay, so here's what happened in history is you've got Napoleon going on a rampage with the French Revolution, and he is a Corsican. He is an outsider trying to gain traction with the royalty of Europe. Okay, this catches fire over here with Benjamin Franklin and Jefferson, all the fucking founding fathers, if you want, you know. Okay, that caught fire. This idea of revolution and freedom caught fire. But they were going to temper it this time. They were going to put it a little bit slightly different. They were going to create a new form of government because why? Why? Oh, this is the one. This is really the 64 billion. Now with the B with inflation, it's a $64 billion answer. The why is because there was plenty on one whole earth. No. Okay. I forgot my train of thought. Please help me, Renee. What did
You
I
said
do?
why do we want the new form of government? And you were talking
Oh,
about
because we
Napoleon.
cannot solve the problem with the same mindset that caused the problem. We need to create a new mindset. So, knowing this was the voice of reason that came into Benjamin Franklin primarily, and then caught fire through the French Revolution. Like we could do the French thing, but slightly different. Like we could create this constitution, and we could do this Bill of Rights, and we could do this form of government based on representative by the people, for the people, yada, 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 fa, right? Are you with me?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
at the time that George Washington was being handed the crown, what was his inspiration? His inspiration was the Masonic Order. The Masonic
Yeah,
Order
that's
is
true.
number one. The primary purpose of the Masonic Order is to find the best person you can be. Okay, all that mumbo jumbo is just to become 33-degree Mason. 33-degree Masons, that all 33 degree of your vertebrae are actually in place. Are you with me? When you get to the 33 degree, the only place you can go is to the pineal gland. Are you with me? That's the big secret, okay? No other big secret. But it's funny that when you're dealing from the pineal gland and the heart, then you become like, oh my God, it's not important that we stay sovereign, that I stay sovereign, that I become the king. It's way more important that I bring this ideal to people. Are you with me?
Yep. Listening.
Every single time up until this goofball, we have handed that particular banner to the next person. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That ideal, that it's not for me, it's for them. It's for them. Now, the problem is we've turned them not into US, it's turned into obviously the oligarchs.
Right.
You see how simple that is now?
I see that. That's
We have to go back to the them part. Now, the way we do that is we have a person who looks like this lead us back to the Mother Earth. Isn't that crazy?
absolutely. Can you believe it? I still get chills when I see that.
A black woman. Remember, the rant was that black people are absolutely, without question, they're more advanced people. That's all there is to it. They are the first prototype without the tall, long, elongated heads. But when they probably had the elongated head is when there was some big ideas going on here. This is like global. There was like plenty for everyone. The whole was a hive mentality type of thing. because people are building monuments. They're building pyramids all over the world. We're finding that pyramids are everywhere. Do you see that? Multitudes of pyramids are up in China. Multitudes of pyramids are in Hungary and in Europe. Okay, there were pyramid builders. Pyramid building is the way that you coalesce everyone to focus on the same outcome. If you work on the pyramid, you get the 5 things you need to live on planet Earth. It's that simple. If you need the 5 things and you need to work, you can find work at the pyramid. Come to the city, right? The corn, and here in North America, corn, beans, and squash were plentiful in the I'm not going to call it civilized versus uncivilized. It was more civilized than we've ever seen any time in European history. They were already that way 5,000 years ago here in North and South America. And based on, now do you have the that Dymaxion map with all the different maps? Because I have a particular map that I can actually, I'll go over and
Yeah, let's go over there and let's take a little tour. Let's go.
take a little tour. I'm going to switch this out so you can turn it around so you can see what I'm looking at.
Yeah, okay,
So
let me make
this
it
is my
big.
gallery, everybody. We're working on the WholEarth gallery. You're going to use less, waste none. Okay, we're over here, the Dymaxion Spaceship Earth, right? Spaceship Earth right there. Spaceship Earth. Okay, and put this is Solari. This is a poster I'm working on right now. Use less, waste none. You see that, everybody? Look at that. Okay, whoop, whoop. Toss to the side. Okay, how does that look on the, okay.
That looks really beautiful. It's very colorful.
All right, so then I'm going to put you on this way. Then we're going this way. So housing, water, food, energy, and jobs. Okay, that's what we're talking about on One Whole Earth. And anyway. So, well, this is the one I wanted to show you real quick. And that is this. How we move around the world, when you see it from a point of view of the Dymaxion map, you see things differently. Now, if and when Antarctica becomes livable again, it's going to change everything. And so during the last 13,000 years, it may have been livable. And then the one before it may not have been, and so forth and so on. We scramble around. Each time, 13,000 years, we roll the dice back on Earth, and we change our perspective, and we change our place on Earth. And then we do it again and again. It's just like breathing. Just like breathing. Why wouldn't it be like breathing? Why wouldn't the universe act just the way we are? Have you not figured out that we are of the universe? We are basically if you could literally count the cells in our body, it would be very similar to the amount of galaxies. Something like this. Imagine each cell being a galaxy. That's the kind of thing that I'm thinking about. So if you feel the same way and we're here at this time, perfect time. I don't know. What else can we talk about today? Oh, well, the last thing I wanted to send you with is this new thing, okay? Jeffrey Sachs. We have pictures of Jeffrey Sachs, right? Who is Jeffrey Sachs?
Yeah, Jeffrey Sachs. This is fascinating. I want to show you who rules the new global order is what he's talking about right now.
Yeah, so just take my image out and put this Jeffrey Sachs up.
All right, yeah, let me show you.
Talk right over that. I'm going to talk over that. I don't need this.
Okay, yeah, let me put this up. This is a cool picture of him. So
who is Jeffrey? What is his title?
Let me see what his title is. Let me look at the professor. He's a professor.
Okay, but he's been a diplomat.
All right. So he's a yeah. So he's at UNC Chapel Hill, and he's oh wow, he's done a lot. Hold on. Professor Jeffrey D. Sachs, university professor at Columbia University, New York, in conversation. Okay. He's also a world-renowned economics professor, best-selling author, innovative educator, and global leader in sustainable development.
Right? Keep
And
going.
he serves as the director for the Center of Sustainable Development at Columbia University, where he holds the rank of university professor, the university's highest academic rank.
Okay, with all that, guess what?
What?
We still need the same 5 things.
That's right. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Exactly.
Okay, guess what? After all that, I wish I could get this quote. I couldn't. I was trying to get the TV to go back so I could take a picture of it and movie of it.
Oh, okay.
After all that, he says, we have the technology to make the world work for every living thing.
Okay.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I found this out. So who does that? What does that make me in the scheme of things, if anything, if nothing? But okay, so I'm vindicated for the fact that I've been working on the right project for all this time. But now the goal is to, I don't know. Maybe it's all you get in life is to know the answer. You don't necessarily get to do anything else. You know? So if you want to, if you think if you think I know the answer, if you think we are in the same room together with the right answer, now I'll tell you why I think I know better. And that is, hey man, I listen to a lot of KPFK, and I listen to a lot of Amy Goodman, and I listen to that type of radio, and I feel like I'm well informed. Okay, and then I start with that, and then I go back and I take a lot of lectures, and I look at a lot of things that help me make this kind of decision. I'm not doing it necessarily free balling with a decision, but I'm using as much intellect as I possibly can to come up with a decision based on this, what's going on. So he and I feel the same way. Now, does he know about me? I don't think so. But maybe I'll be the tipping point. Maybe that one small word at the very end of the day, another guy, another regular person came up with it works for everybody. But I couldn't have done it without Bucky Fuller. So we need to mention Buckminster Fuller. Of course, he's been marginalized, always put to the fringe. His stuff never really mattered. Like, these guys are coming up with all this information at the very end to come up with the same solution that we knew about in the 1960s. So do they get a passing grade or a failing grade? Thank you, Jeffrey Sachs, for saying what everybody needs to know. Now we are seeing it in a global way. So it has to happen. It had to happen. We could not have done this with the same mindset that put, Kamala Harris in the game. She would have been able to really maneuver through this stuff. We would have been doing a lot better. We'd be like making money right now. Everybody be making money. We'd be like moving like clockwork. Okay. Everything was like it was just before. And you see, now I sent you that picture of my stocks. It's just a marginal thing. You don't have to put the number there. But if you see the rise and fall, this is everybody's same rise and fall. Okay. Everybody saw the same thing happen. In Biden times, we were all making big money, and then it dropped like a rocket when Goofball took over. Okay? And now it's just continually going down, down, down until we finally get sick of this guy and we, get him out of, but who knows? Moving back you can't go backward. You can never build backward. You can only build forward. You can only build up. So as we're moving forward and up, we're going to have a whole nother thing. And remember, what is that? Who is Hathor? Who is the goddess Hathor? That's your homework between now and the next time we speak next week on One Whole Earth.
Wait. What about questions? What about questions? Can you take a few?
Hold on. Okay, now we're in extra time.
All right. I'm sorry, but we first of all, we had multiple questions about the map. We had multiple questions about the map. Number one.
Good.
Number two, Number two, people want to know about your t-shirt. And number three, people are saying that they have seen that face before on the news, but they can't remember the name of the woman.
Good.
Okay. So those are the
All
three
those.
things
Okay.
that
Next week, you better know the answer. I'm not letting you in. You better subscribe and hit that notification button, or you'll never know who these. No. Okay.
he's
Matt.
driving a hard bargain. You're
You
driving a hard.
have to. Okay. The beginning. The game is like this. It starts with the word play. Are you ready? And who plays? Who plays? Children play. So bring your inside child and play the game. Okay, the game. Okay, now, okay, forget that shit. Because here we are, grown-ups, and now we're into this real game. Like, this is the real Skyrim. This is Skyrim 2025. You are set down on this planet. You got to have 5 things tonight, and that is a place to sleep. And then you got to have something to drink. Usually it's in the form of coffee or something. But you call that water. Beer. A lot of people drink the beer. I wish I could. Can't do it. Guys, stay away from the alcohol. Doesn't work for this body. Okay, something to drink, something to eat. You got to have something to eat. You're going to get hungry eventually. You got to have something to eat. Well, what do you do? I mean, if you don't have a refrigerator full of food, like, what the heck are you up to? Can you get it done? All right, something to eat. Now, that gives you stuff to do. So once you get those things established in your life on a daily basis, you can start to work on the intellectual part. Like, are you going to be like, sitting? All you need after that, once you get those first 3 things, you have energy to do stuff. You're going to wake up and have something that you're going to like go to sleep and you're going to wake up. Go to sleep and you're going to wake up. Everyone goes to sleep and wakes up on this planet. Every living thing. We are in a day-night cycle. You cannot help it. You have to be involved. This planet demands that you are on a day-night cycle. You need sleep. You need a place to sleep. You need a comfortable place to sleep. And I call that to be homeful. When you have those things, when you will have the 4 things, then you are homeful. And you're hungerless too. So you're 2 things, homeful and hungerless. Are you with me? We're looking at things differently. We're using a childlike mind. We're being homeful, making up new words. Make up your own word. Okay, I call it WholEarth. One whole earth to be homeful and hungerless. Now, here comes the magic. Are you going to be the hammer or the nail? Is that what on? Okay, the hammer and the nail. What is that? Are you the hammer or are you the nail? Just having that thought. Go to your dog or your cat. You say, are you the hammer or the nail? And wait for the answer. Okay. Before you do that, though, subscribe and notify, and then let's get in the game. Let's really do this thing. I'm not fooling around. Like, get back in this game. You should be paying me big money. I'm giving you this is the answer. So you start with like asking your cat, can you do that? Now wait for the answer. When you get the answer, let me know. But if you can telepathically get the answer, then you're in the game. Again, then you're in the game, and now you're in an imagination game, because this is called a mental universe. Now, it's only limited by your imagination. Don't blame me for a small idea. I didn't do that. I'm thinking a global idea. And with the that graphic that I showed, if we want to go help keep talking over this, when you show the little pea of a planet floating through let's end with that, okay? Just remember, when you think you have a big idea and you have a big problem, you can double it. But don't go with negativity. Stay only positive. You are not going to bring any negativity with you on this spaceship. You hear me? What's that first graphic? Yes, let's go watch that. Put that primary up. You don't need to see me. Put that on the thing. Let's watch this graphic. I'll talk behind it. I want to thank this guy. Can you put we'll put the link to this in the comment section below.
Yep, it's there. Yep, everybody can click on it in the description.
This is great. As long as we interrupt, it's going to be fine. We can play it, whatever. This is great. That's our little son, and we are running around this thing. Nothing's that big a deal. You can handle pretty much anything. Keep going. Keep going. See that? That's the time, the way it drifts, you know? I like the way this guy used the graphics. I think it's really cool. Starts to show you the insignificance. Now, you see that spiral? It can only go forward. That's called the way, by the way. So we'll see you on the way, next way, and we'll talk about next week. Now, sign up and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Last Week on One Whole Earth.